Okay, good afternoon, y'all. This is the man in the black mask, and he wants to read and share an article with y'all. And this is concerning, Pharrell's cousin who was shot and killed by police out in Virginia Beach. Yeah, Pharrell's cousin shot and killed by police amid Virginia Beach shooting chaos. Now, a lot of you is going to be talking about this from here on out because remember, this is a black life that we lost. Okay, we don't know if he was aiming a strap at the police or what, but this is an ongoing investigation. So let me read this. Okay, it's bizarre but true. Okay, the man who was shot dead by police during a Friday night melee in Virginia Beach was a cousin of Pharrell Williams, the musician said. Donovan Lynch of Virginia Beach was shot and killed by a uniformed police officer a block away from a shooting that injured 8 people. Jesus Christ. Police said Lynch was armed and may have been part of the original fight. Pharrell, who is a Virginia Beach native, tweeted the news Monday. The quote, "The loss of these lives is a tragedy beyond measure. My cousin Donovan was killed during the shootings," the 13-time Grammy-winning singer-songwriter and producer tweeted. End quote. Quote, "It is critical my family and the other victims' families get the transparency they deserve. VA Beach is the epitome of hope, and we will get through this," the post continued. Lynch's aunt, Vanita Lynch Alukwu, said in a Facebook post that their, quote, "hearts are broken into pieces," end quote. Quote, "He is my brother Wayne's only son. He was smart, loving, adorable, and all around great young man that I was very close to," end quote, she wrote. Quote, "He was murdered in his hometown, Virginia Beach, by a Virginia Beach police. We are all shocked and devastated beyond words," end quote. The cop who fatally shot Lynch is a 5-year veteran of Virginia Beach Police who worked in the department's Special Operations Division. In the aftermath of the incident, police were vague on details, saying cops, quote, "encountered an armed citizen which resulted in a police-involved shooting," end quote. The incident is under investigation, authorities said. Another shooting at the scene of Lynch's killing during the chaotic night claimed the life of, quote, "Bad Girls Club" star DeShayla Shea Harris, 29. Now, I read about that somewhere online, that DeShayla Shea Harris was shot and killed in an unrelated incident. However, she was an unintended target. 3 men are in custody in connection with the initial gunfight that left 8 wounded. Lynch, a Virginia Beach resident, had been an offensive lineman for the University of Virginia's College at Wise during the 2017 and 2018 seasons, and a 2019 graduate of the school, the Bristol Herald-Courier said. Quote, "I learned about his death earlier this morning, and I couldn't help myself from crying," former teammate Sage McBride told the paper. Quote, "He was like a brother to me," he said, of the man friends described as a 6 foot 4 inch, 325-pound gentle giant. Another former teammate, Eli Marks, said he, quote, "didn't believe it at first," end quote, when he heard that the man shot by cops was his friend, described by the paper as a gregarious 6 foot 4 inch, 320-pound gentle giant. This is what Marks quoted to the paper. "He was a good dude, always laughing and joking. He was always dancing in the locker room to music. Just a great overall individual." This is what Marks told the paper. UVA-Wise head football coach James Dameron told the paper that he recruited Donovan personally and met with his mom and dad in their house. How interesting. "He was in my house a lot of times as well, going through a cooking class my wife did with some of my players. He was a personable young man and very outgoing. He never met a stranger. He'll certainly be missed," he said. Now, I want to read another article somewhere that says that, he had a gun, okay? I'm going to get it to you, okay? If you can just hold on, right? Yeah. This is the second and final article for the day. As soon as I get it to load, I'm gonna read it to you. Okay. Now they're saying that Pharrell Williams' cousin had a gun when he was shot dead by officers. Okay. I'm gonna show you a brief picture of the gun. You see that? See this gap right here? This is what they're alleging that, Pharrell's cousin had on his person the night he was shot by police. But did he really aim it at the cops? I mean, we don't know. Or did he aim it at somebody that he had a fight with? But again, we don't know nothing about this. This is just an ongoing investigation. So let's not speculate until after the facts come out. This is the gun Virginia police say Pharrell Williams' cousin was brandishing when he was fatally shot by an officer. The same weapon officials insist he was seen holding, quote, earlier in the evening, unquote. The Grammy-winning singer's relative Donovan Lynch, 25, was killed Friday night, just a block from the shooting that injured 8 people in Virginia Beach. Local activists initially insisted Lynch had been unarmed. And on Saturday, Virginia Beach Police Chief Paul Newdigate only said that a firearm was found, quote, in the vicinity, unquote, of the shooting. So now a whole bunch of shit is going to come out now because, trust me, as always, there are 2 or more sides to every story. We don't know who's telling the truth or who's lying, but we won't know till after the investigation ends. So keep your fingers crossed. But late Monday, the department released photos of the recovered Ruger that the officers involved have said the former college football player was holding when he was shot. The officer who fired the fatal shot, as well as a colleague who witnessed it, both report that Lynch was brandishing a handgun at the time of the shooting. An independent witness corroborated that Mr. Lynch was in possession of a handgun earlier on the evening of March 26th, the department said in a statement. Ammunition was found along with the gun, police said. The force offered no further details on exactly what Lynch is accused of doing before the officer, who has not been identified, opened fire. They probably knew that Lynch was doing otherwise, but I don't know whether the cops are covering up or what. Again, I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know who's lying. But I'll be glad when the investigation's over, and then they'll be open to speculation, because sometimes the cops lie in their statement, And that's exactly what they're going to do to get George Floyd's killer off the hook. They're going to fucking lie. The specific actions which resulted in the shooting are part of an ongoing criminal investigation, the department said in a statement. The cop who fatally shot Lynch is a 5-year veteran who worked in the department's Special Operations Division. He has been placed on administrative leave during the ongoing investigation, which include an independent probe by the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney, police said. The department still faces outrage after Newdigate confirmed that the officer's body cam was not switched on at the time for unknown reasons. Now, let me stop myself right there. Okay? Me and my grandmother was talking about this shooting, right? In which a man was killed. And it turns out that the dead man is Pharrell's cousin. And it turns out that that same fucking piece of shit cop that smoked him didn't even have his body cam on. Now, how the fuck do you explain shit like that? Put a comment underneath the screen and tell me what you think, because we got some talking to do, man. We got some unfinished business. We would like to provide the community answers. At this point, we do not have them, the police chief said. In his tweet confirming that his relative was the man killed, Pharrell said, "It is critical my family and the other victims' families get the transparency they deserve." Can't believe that this fucking idiot didn't have his cam on when he shot the man's cousin. Now, I could speculate that this was murder, but it's too early. Again, you never know. But what is known is that that cop did not activate his body cam. I don't know whether he shut it off before or whether the battery didn't work. I don't know. But somebody fucked up. Okay? Rest assured, somebody fucked up. Somebody is not telling the truth. And what we want is the truth and justice to prevail. Just like it will when George Floyd happened, that cop was seen resting his knee on the guy's fucking neck. And he choked to death. Okay? And now that piece of shit's lawyer, the cop that killed Mr. Floyd, is trying to say that Floyd had health problems that killed him when it was the neck compression that did. All right, let me backtrack to Donovan Lynch. The loss of these lives is a tragedy beyond measure, Pharrell wrote. His cousin, a Virginia Beach resident, had been an offensive lineman for the University of Virginia's College at Wise during the 2017-2018 seasons and a 2019 graduate of the school. In a damning statement Sunday, the Virginia Beach chapter of the NAACP said it was not surprised that the body camera was not activated. See that? That cop turned that shit off on purpose. I don't even think it was the dead battery. I think it was his finger that deactivated the cam. It wasn't about the fucking battery. Of course, his assholes in question are probably going to lie and say that maybe his battery died or something. I mean, you never know. But somebody is bullshitting. Somebody ain't telling the truth. We are watching and listening for the department's inquiry into the shooting and expect a thorough and expeditious report, the NAACP statement said. The community is waiting. Delegate Jay Jones, a Norfolk Democrat who is running for Attorney General, said that was unconscionable and against department rules. Yeah, him switching off the goddamn body cam. Fucking jackass. Body cameras are designed for transparency into police conduct, specifically situations like what happened over the weekend. To provide a clear record of interactions with the public it serves in the field, Jones tweeted. No one is above the law, including those tasked with enforcing it, Jones said. Fucking A, nobody's above the law. But yet this goddamn idiot had the nerve to shut off his cam before he smoked Donovan. What kind of bullshit is that? I don't even think that Donovan pointed a gun at the cop. Now I'm starting to suspect that there's a cover-up going on here. You see that? And now a lot of you are going to be stating that this was a cover-up. Just like with the George Floyd murder. You know what I'm saying? The cops are covering for their own. One of their own that killed Floyd. They're covering his ass. Even though they shouldn't, but they are. Of course they'll kiss each other's ass for anything. Come on now. They're not going to turn against each other. I mean, not so soon, any fucking how. It came in a wild night of violence in Virginia Beach in which DeShayla Shea Harris, 29, known for being in Bad Girls Club, was also shot dead. Police believe she was an innocent bystander. 3 men charged in shootings that left several people injured and shootings that night made their first court appearances Monday. Amon Jerry Adams, 22, Nikes Tyon Baker, 18, and Javon Maurice Dorsey, 20. Each face 7 counts of malicious wounding and related charges. They remain in jail without bond and will have bail hearings in the coming days after talking to their respective attorneys. Now, a lot of you are going to say that Donovan Lynch is an innocent man, and quite frankly, so am I, because that cop turned on his cam before we got to see what really happened that led up to Donovan Lynch's death. Actually, Donovan Lynch. And he is the little cousin of Fame's Grammy singer Pharrell Williams. You know what I'm saying? He was known to work with Jay-Z. They did this song back in 2002. You know, so I forgot what song it is. No, actually, it's Excuse Me, Miss. Excuse Me, Miss. That's like my favorite song of 2002. Pharrell, you know what I'm saying, did the chorus. And then, of course, you remember this song Happy from Despicable Me 2. Terrific movie. But now, I sure hope that that cop that killed his cousin, Donovan Lynch, gets charged with murder because he turned off his body cam. He knows he can't do no shit like that. He was supposed to have the body cam on at all times, which is crucial to proving evidence including guilt and innocence concerning the suspects that they detain or arrest. It's not only helpful to the suspects, it's helpful to the cops too. That's why they have to have their body cams on at all times, so that the department can see what's going on and how the cops are interacting with the people that they detain or arrest. You know? That didn't happen in this case. Because that fucking idiot shut off his cam. And now his pigs in question are making excuses for him, of course. Like I said, they're ass kisses. It'll be a while before they stab each other in the back. And like I said, I think an investigation and an inquest need to be put into focus here. Okay? Something is very wrong here. Okay? And an innocent man is killed because this one cop did not turn on his body cam. And I bet you that him and the others are going to lie saying that fucking Donovan had his gun pointed at them when we don't even know per se because the body cam wasn't even on. So as to whether or not Donovan Lynch had the gun or not is totally moot. Okay? The video cam is what's more important than the words themselves. Now, justice will prevail. Justice for Donovan Lynch, okay? It's possible he was murdered. Think about that. It's possible he was murdered in the same fashion as George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And like I said, man, I think all the cops is fucked up. You know why? Because I had some really bullshit interactions with police starting from when I was a kid. So I wouldn't trust those fuckers one bit. Never will I ever trust the police. You can only trust them if you're white. But if you're black, they're going to tell you to go fuck yourself. So this is me saying, fuck authority. I'm going to do it my own way. Now, some of us have been through similar experiences in school growing up, how they side with the staff that tend to fuck us over in ways they shouldn't. They should be helping us, but no, instead they're fucking us and making us crazy, setting us up to go to prison or get shot and killed by police or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. Don't let the bad guys win. Let the good guys win, for Christ's sake. No. I'm going to stop for now. And if I have another article, I will bring it out too. Okay? But in the meantime, keep supporting the man in the black mask. He has faith in you as much as y'all have faith in me. And don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a question underneath the screen. If you have a similar experience, share it too, because I always shared your mind in some of my videos. And the man in the black mask would love to bring stuff out to the spotlight, because there are some stuff that still needs to be talked about that concerns us. And we can't stay silent for long. So thank you for your service. Like, subscribe, comment, or question underneath the window. Good luck, be well, and have a good day. Thank you for your service. By the man in the black mask.